Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Too Weird Didn't Watch, the show where we make fun of movies that we have not seen based on nothing but their weird descriptions.
I'm Brantley.
I'm Albert. Brantley is reading for us today. Brantley, what do you got?
Well, first up we have The Brain Eaters.
Okay.
From 1958.
They were on to something in 1958. I feel like, not just in that year, but like in the 40s and 50s, it was
a great time for sci-fi.
It was a great time for the kind of bad movies that we're into. And it's somewhat come back.
Part of it was because you still had to have everything be done physically.
Right, yeah.
You couldn't just slap it into, After Effects and just be like, here's a movie. Ta-da!
Right. Well, also, it would almost definitely be released somewhere in theaters.
That's true.
It was at some place that you would go.
A drive-in at the least.
Right, or, it would travel the region or something, just going from movie theater to movie theater, getting more and more degraded. It wasn't I'm just going to plop down on the couch and pop something on Netflix, which is fine, and I do love it, but there's something about that, go to somewhere and see a thing that I do. I don't, I was never alive for that, but there's a part of me that's, nostalgic for something that I've never experienced.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
It does.
And Brain Eaters is one of those things that
I personally really want to go to a drive-in at some point.
Yeah, they still exist.
Not in this part of
Not
Florida.
in our area, no. My friend Tony tells me all the time about, we're going down to the drive-in, a double feature. I'm like, I hate you so much.
You heard it here first, Tony. All right.
The Brain Eaters.
The Brain Eaters. Young Glenn Cameron finds a 50-foot cone sticking out of the ground near a small Illinois town.
That's awesome. That's like some Spielberg stuff happening.
I like that there's no crash or anything. He just goes out.
Do you guys know about this cone?
There's this 50-foot cone. It's like, holy crap, guys, what?
Yeah, that's why.
How long has this been here?
We have it on our sign. It says home of the 50-foot cone. You didn't see the sign when you came into town?
Literally a world's largest traffic cone, my dude.
No, but the implication I think is it's better than a crash thing. It's
it's just there.
It was under the earth.
That's true.
And it has been exposed or burrowed up or something or been created overnight.
Mm-hmm.
So,
He reports his discovery, and the government sends a UFO committee headed by Senator Powers and scientist Dr. Paul Kettering.
Oh, back in the days when it was still okay to have a UFO committee from the government.
Dude, I'm looking forward to that Project Blue Book movie.
Is that a real thing?
I'm so excited, yes. Soon, they learn several townspeople have vanished, including Glenn's father, Mayor Cameron.
Okay, so let's go back. So Glenn is the guy who discovered the cone?
Yeah, young Glenn.
Oh, are we how young do we think Glenn is? Are we talking about
probably
10?
10 to 12.
Okay.
Maybe 13.
It's so Spielberg.
Well, then again, it's the 50s, so he could also be in his mid to late teens.
But he's definitely on his bike, right?
Yeah.
He's...
it's the 50s. Most people are on their bikes.
It was a penny farthing. A giant wheel in front. All the other kids made fun of him, but he was like...
My dad's old-fashioned, okay? Shut up, he's the mayor.
This is my great-grandpa's bike from the 1800s.
Ching, ching.
So they send out a senator and a scientist?
And other members of a team. They're just the ones who lead it.
Okay. And they're like, son, tell us about the cone. He's like, it's right there, guys.
It's 50 feet tall, my man.
It's not a big town.
Daddy-o.
Okay. So his dad disappears.
Yeah, a couple people have disappeared, including his dad, who happens to be the mayor. Which might be why they actually sent people when he said, I found a giant cone!
They were trying to get him to shut down the desert, but he was like, no, it's desert tourist season.
I love what deserts you think are in Illinois, by the way.
Oh, I thought it was...
the great deserts of Illinois. Sandstorm season. Great for tourists.
It's the post-apocalypse or something. I don't know.
Mad Max rolls up and buys ice cream.
What do people go to see in Illinois?
People don't go to see anything in Illinois.
There's stuff in the cities.
There are people who forget Illinois is a state. Those people are from Illinois.
I think, no, that's just wishful thinking because it's such a terribly run state. Okay, so people disappearing.
Mm-hmm.
The mayor won't shut the city down.
He can't. He disappeared.
He disappeared.
We need his approval. We're a terribly set up
It's the
system.
version of Jaws where the shark
Eats the mayor. It's like, we need his go-ahead. We have to keep going with the 4th of July festival.
The shark ate the key to the city.
Sheriff Brody's like, guys, no! Leave the beach. The mayor didn't say it was bad. He's dead!
The shark ends up running for mayor. They elect it. It was the Russians all along that supported his campaign.
There's a skit in Robot Chicken where it's like a Peter Jackson version of cut of Jaws where it's like an extra hour.
Uh-huh.
And it's a bunch of things of the shark just dressed in disguise going around. And they're having the meeting. It's like, what do we do about the shark? I say we let him go. It's pretty good.
Is that the end of the description?
No.
Okay, keep going.
All right, so his father disappeared. But when he returns, he is under the control of a mysterious creature attached to his brain. And an alien siege begins.
Oh, so this is like the sort of election of the mole person.
Yeah.
Where he's I'm the mayor, you have to do what I say. But you
You're
have
not
a head
that
crab.
high up in the chain, my dude. I'm a senator.
The aliens don't understand Earth government.
It's like everybody acted like he was in charge.
They said to the kid, take me to your leader. And they're like, okay, I'll go get my dad. We have the leader of the Earth.
I love the attached to his brain. I'm picturing just latched onto his head like a hat.
I'm 100% envisioning the head crabs from Half-Life.
I was thinking more of the brain slugs from Futurama.
I haven't seen that one.
Okay.
He could also be in his ear.
Yeah. I
mean,
mean,
the Yerks, but less.
I was gonna say most likely it's like the Yerks,
but less subtle about it.
No, yeah,
they're just flopping out of his ear. No,
the Yerks of the
pay no attention to my flagrant earwax. I'm fine.
Aliens are invading. I say we surrender. Sir, what's that on your ear? Pay no mind.
Why are you wearing earmuffs? It's the middle of July. Shut
I
up.
am cold-natured. Everything is fine. Surrender to the aliens. Senator, should we let him? He's the mayor of the town. My hands are tied. What?
I could introduce a bill to stop this, but it would be stuck in committee for 3 years at the minimum.
By that point, the aliens would have taken over, and they probably would have had native kids, and it's a whole deal. All right, that's it.
They're going to protest being deported back to space.
Also, I guess at some point they eat brains in the Brain Eaters.
Yeah, that
could be one of those similar to the plot titles that they do.
What do you mean?
Just throw out words that are vaguely related to it.
Oh, like Planet Terror?
Yeah.
Where they were obviously Planet Terror is mocking this trope, but they're there's not actually any space stuff involved. It's just a horror movie.
Yeah, there's no actual brain eating. There's just aliens attached to brains.
Maybe it's just a side plot where the senator's
They also eat brains.
Oh, by the way.
We had that brain-eating serial killer running around. We need to deal with him. But right now, giant cone. It's far more interesting. Also, less likely to get me eaten.
They don't have that. Movies, I think, smartly don't cross the streams of plots like that.
Just random, insane plots in the background of this movie.
But I would love it if that happened a little more often.
I think they do that in Last Action Hero. I think there's some nondescript action movies happening in the background of that movie. I don't know. It's been a while since I've seen that.
Okay, I don't think I've ever seen it. So,
up next we have "I Was a Zombie for the FBI" from 1982.
Okay, but so was this zombie involved in the witch hunt or?
It had been for another 30 or 40 years, sir.
I'm making FBI jokes, man. I reached for FBI in my brain and I was like,
Trump.
Yeah, that was all I could come up with. So, cut me some slack.
After landing by Pleasantville, United States.
Not the Pleasantville in Canada.
The aliens convinced 2 Earth criminals to help them rule the world. That's
another state of aliens showing up and being like, "You guys are in charge, right?" Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I am the king of the world. Shifty eyes.
But to aliens, shifty eyes is the mark of the most trustworthy person ever. So they're like, wow, we definitely got to trust
Look
this
at
guy.
his eyes. They're so shifty. The aliens hypnotize people into a, quote, zomboid state, end quote.
So it's okay.
And unleash a reptilian creature.
if was it so? I guess like they're like we have this reptilian creature,
But it's just the one thing.
it's just one.
This is a decent sized planet.
And he doesn't like to do the vacuuming. He's really tough to control. We need some zomboids.
2 FBI agents fight against the aliens, criminals, and the creature to combat the threat of imminent world domination.
I think the FBI should put a few more than 2 people on this case.
Maybe the rest of them were zomboids.
Maybe
it was like a TV progress, and it was like, why are they all watching Fox?
We're getting so political in this one. No,
you brought it up.
That's true. No, I'm not. I didn't say you're getting so political. This just seems like the lame sort of like cut budget Ed Wood style thing where they're like, we only have like 3 cops in the whole world, guys, and they keep driving out to the same cemetery.
We can only afford the one reptilian costume, and we had to steal part of it.
Do you think they even bothered to do makeup on the zombies?
Maybe some like dark eyeliner or something like that.
Yeah, because they're not actually dead.
They're just hypnotized. So maybe not even that.
What was the title of this again?
I was a zombie for the FBI.
Oh, so
apparently one of them gets hypnotized himself at some point.
Oh, is this like I just now realized that the title's in first person? Do you think we're like dealing with a detective noir style? Like it was a cold night on a hot summer day. She walked in. I knew that she would be trouble. Her bulbous eyes and swollen head give it away. But there's something about her I liked. I think it was the dress. It was a pattern that you couldn't get in the U.S. Not without paying out a pretty penny. Flanked by 2 men with vacant eyes and some kind of reptile thing. I wasn't sure about that, but I took the job anyways. It was a mistake. Let me tell you what. More off-kilter movies need film noir narration. If the Meg doesn't have Jason Statham doing that kind of narration the whole time, what is the point? I was doing a stint on an underwater submersible base. There was a child there. Don't know why. We had wood panels on the walls. My office and says, "My husband's missing." So is that the end of this one? That is the end for I Was a Zombie for the FBI. Okay. They don't like. I think that one of the problems with the FBI today is they don't have enough zombies on staff, like the budget cuts and stuff. Okay. They've had to lay back on the zombie stuff. They still have them, but the zombie task force is really hamstrung by just like the lack of manpower and resources. Yeah. All right. Up next, we have Moontrap. This sounds familiar. I'm hoping you haven't seen it. Okay. I have a backup. I'll pretend like I haven't. I have some backups if you have, but don't pretend like you haven't. Don't ever do that. That's wrong. I'll pretend like I wouldn't pretend like that. Good. It's from 1989. During a routine flight, 2 veteran space shuttle pilots discover an alien artifact and bring it back to Earth. Like you do. Right. So this is the future when space travel is common. Routine. Yeah. Which I guess it could be. It semi is now. It's just we don't have launches are expensive and they're not very cost effective yet. Yeah. Also, we've just gotten we used to have the shuttle, which would go up all the time, and now we're like, we don't want to do that. So they're just like, our space artifact. This is cool. I'll take it home and give it to my kid or whatever. He loves space artifacts. And add it to his collection. Read the next sentence. I'm sorry. Give me a sec. I have to prepare myself. All right? Okay. Because now the image that he just gives it to his kid makes this next sentence amazing. All right. It soon turns out to be an extraterrestrial war robot. It's the Iron Giant. It is, yeah. Only I want to imagine very small. It's in the Doll Man universe. I am not a gun. Yeah, you're like an inch tall. Superman. Not really, man. Which is able to recycle any biological or technical material for its own deadly use. Technological would have been easier to read there, but okay. Well, also, on the one hand, it's killing people. On the other hand, recycling. Yeah. It's like an environmentally friendly killer robot. You don't get a lot of that these days. So is it just picking up, is it improvising this stuff, or does it just, eat, I don't know, some cheese or whatever and turn it into cheese bullets? Maybe. I don't know. I've had this image in my head for a while, and Ben 10 and Ben 10 and both Godzilla the series did a version where it's
this nanomachine lands and just like incorporates machinery into its body.
Right.
So like in Godzilla series, it lands on like this kid's RC car, and suddenly now it's like this weird blobby semi-organic RC car that again combines with a hot dog cart. Now the hot dog cart can drive, and keeps incorporating more and more things, and grows big enough to work eventually fight Godzilla.
Okay.
Like
I thought that was going to be the Ben 10 thing.
No, the Ben 10 one, he has one of his 10 aliens is Upgrade, which is a living mass of nanomachines who can fuse with and upgrade any technology.
Which Godzilla movie is this? Or is this from the show?
That's the Ben 10 one. And Godzilla, the
one where there's a hot dog cart that
that's
fights Godzilla.
The Godzilla the series, which was the sequel to the 1998 American movie.
Oh, the animated one.
Yeah,
I got you.
Which was rad.
I haven't seen it. I'm sorry.
Pretty good.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, robot recycle stuff, kills people with it.
The 2 astronauts are sent to the moon, where NASA expects to uncover the mystery of the alien robot's origin, which was, that's kind of responsible.
The fact that we've missed like a race of alien robots on the moon.
No, they're being sent to the moon. They found the artifact probably further out, and it was just like floating, or it was on Mars, and now they're bringing it to the moon to study it, so that way it's close enough for relatively quick transmission and communication, but not on Earth.
I thought that they were like, well, you've brought back this killer robot. I guess go back to the moon and see if you can find some more.
Maybe.
I see what you're saying now.
Actually, you're probably right now that I read the next one.
Okay.
They discover an ancient humanoid culture and battle the ultimate threat of the war machines heading to Earth. So yeah, apparently there was just a humanoid culture on the moon.
There was a lot of that
side.
in the 50s. I mean, you have Hercules against the Moon Men. There was... What was the one with the rocket ship to the unknown or something? There was where they crashed their jet on some asteroid and there was moon women of the moon or something. There's a lot of women.
Well, yeah, because they're hot.
Yeah, but then they were also usually the enemy, except for one who
because of misogyny.
Fell in love with the hero, and she was like, "No, don't kill him."
Again, misogyny.
Is this a sexy environmental killer robot?
It's from 89, so it's probably more like edgy and extreme.
Yeah, they've gotten past that. All right.
He's probably wearing a leather jacket or something.
This sounds cool.
Mm-hmm.
This reminds me a little bit, for some reason, of Armada, the Ernest Cline book that I haven't read, but I've sort of absorbed through the podcast. 247 pages we'll never get back. What?
Right. That's it. Okay, continue.
Oh, no, you said Zeitgeist.
The Zeitgeist.
Oh, I always say Zeitgeist. Okay.
I don't know how to pronounce that word.
Where it's just like, oh, by the way, we have like a base on the moon, and there's aliens coming to fight them, and we're also ripping off the plot of what's the Last Starfighter, I think, where the kid plays arcade games and
Last Starfighter, yeah.
Therefore knows how to fight aliens.
Yep.
Yeah, there's a lot of hanging out in the moon on that movie or book.
All right.
Go on to the next one. Is that the last one?
Next one is Terminal Invasion from 2002.
I mean, by design, most invasions are supposed to be terminal, right? Isn't that the point of invading? Okay.
Police are transporting convicted killer Jack, played by Bruce Campbell, by the way, to a prison when their car crashes into a tree due to a raging snowstorm.
Hold on. I watched a gif of a shark eating a kid, and I totally... it was a ghost shark. I need you to go back and...
Get off your shark gifs.
I'm sorry.
They won't be able to focus at all.
Go for it. I don't... There's... Okay.
Police are transporting convicted killer Jack, played by Bruce Campbell, to a prison when the car crashed into a tree due to a raging snowstorm.
Okay.
They are forced to bring Jack to an airport where pilot Kathy Garrett is refusing to fly until weather conditions calm down because, yeah. Due to the efforts of a mysterious preacher, it isn't long before Jack and the passengers realize that there are extraterrestrials in their midst.
Whoa.
We're doing an alien invasion theme, by the way.
Yeah, I
know we're a few movies in.
Because of the amazing shark gif, I missed the title of this one.
Terminal Invasion. You actually commented on it.
Oh, I didn't miss it. I just forgot that I had heard it. Okay.
But there is only one way to find out who is human.
Okay. So it's just... I forgot the name of the movie. The Thing. It's literally
Who
just
goes
The
there?
Thing.
Or Who's Not King? Is it Who Goes
There
Yeah.
is the original short story. Then there was The Thing.
From Another World, which was Carrot Monsters.
Yeah, you're right. Thing from Another World, and then The Thing, and then The Thing,
The Thing.
the second one.
And no, before the Thing, the second one from 2013, 15, somewhere in there, there was The Thing, which was a video game sequel to The Thing, the movie, and it was on the PS2. And it is considered canon.
And then there's The Things.
Yes.
Which is a story which is not canon, but it's a great story from the perspective of The Thing.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway,
there's layers.
There's like aliens that look like people.
Has Bruce Campbell.
Yeah, I was wondering, like, wait a minute. You have like what's without the alien invasion premise. This is actually a really interesting setup for like we're trapped. Like there's a killer here. We probably have him like restrained somehow, but still maybe he's like Hannibal Lecter style dangerous. And we'd like to get out of here, but the snowstorm is stopping us. And what if he gets loose or whatever?
It's like Pitch Black.
Oh, I haven't actually watched that one all the way. I watched like the first half.
Well, Riddick is one of the most dangerous serial killers ever.
Right.
And they're trapped on this planet for a while.
Yes. So.
And then night happens, and then things die.
So it's that, but then Bruce Campbell.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not really capable of being afraid of Bruce Campbell, I don't think. In the way of, like, I would be afraid of Anthony Hopkins. Although there is a great movie where he's bald and he looks remarkably like me. It's a skiing movie, and he's the bad guy. I'm not kidding. But yeah, so aliens, and I assume we have to come up with some kind of a test.
Yeah.
Is that it? Is that the end of
That's the end of that one. Just there's one way to tell who's human.
What is the way?
It doesn't tell us. We either have the blood tests that they did in the 80s, thing,
obviously,
or the one from the more recent one was like, they can't copy non-organic material if you have fillings. You're not the Thing. They were going to do a blood test, but then the Thing destroyed. They were going to expose the Thing, everyone's blood to bags of blood, and see if it reacts. But then the whoever was the Thing destroyed all those.
How does the can't copy non-organic material stuff work? Like, we have all kinds of weird stuff in our bodies. Like, what does fillings have in them?
The metal fillings is from this is again taking place in the 80s.
Yeah.
So there's filling. Then one guy claims to have porcelain fillings, so he's it's like they're white. They don't look like metal. I'm sorry. I paid a little more.
Okay. But I mean, there's metal in our bodies naturally anyway. Like, we have to eat iron.
Well, yes, but it takes on the appearance of the body. But those, it's like infecting and replacing the cells of them.
Okay.
Have you seen the Thing?
It's been a bit since I saw the original. I haven't seen the remake at all, or not the sequel, whatever it is.
Prequel.
But I don't remember
Stupidly
him being
named
like,
prequel.
I've copied this person. Now I need to take their clothes and their belt buckle, which is not organic.
Well, no, in the new one, she goes to the bathroom and there's just a pile of bloody fillings.
I get what you're saying, but I think they're retconning this whole weakness of can't make things. Like, they could have just had the blood test again, and it would have been fine.
Yeah, but they didn't want to copy the first one too much, and the whole thing is just like, hey, remember when they went to the Norwegian camp? This is how all those bodies get in those positions. Like, that axe that gets swung into the wall, a dude does that, and he goes to grab it, and the girl's just like, no, leave it. And there's no reason given. It's got to be there. I've seen the first one. It's got to be there.
See, you can't pull it
they
out.
literally, they're not in immediate danger. If they were being chased by something, it's like, okay, the axe on the wall, we don't have time to pull it out of there. Let's go. It's just, no, leave it.
Well, I think that is going to do it for this week, folks. Thank you so much for listening. Don't forget, if you like this, subscribe on whatever podcast app or program, or I don't know if you're getting these beamed into your fillings that you have because you're not an alien. But we'd love for you to listen to next week.
I too love Lucy.
Yes, it's not just her.
I'm aware.
Frequent trope. Anyway, also don't forget we have a Patreon, patreon.com/2weirdDidn'tWatch. You should check it out if you want to help us support us making awesome stuff. We'll see you guys next week. Take care.
Bye, guys.
Bye.